Hello, my friends. I'm getting behind on my mail call, so I'll get right into it. I've got two to go over today. One is from a girl in UK, Julia. Her YouTube channel is The Adventure Geek. Pretty interesting channel. She has, especially when she does her What's in the Box series, that comes up with all kind of little gadgets that's usually under $20. Pretty interesting, but a nice little card. Plus, I've got her sticker, which I'll put up on a sticker board in just a few minutes. I've got one more that came from RVA Hiker Girl. Jacqueline is one of my family members with a very nice card, and this also, you know, RVA I thought was like recreational vehicle. Actually, it's Richmond, Virginia. So that's what the RVA stands for. But Jacqueline, her channel is blowing up and she's doing real good. But the major thing is I had won her grand prize on her giveaway. Now, first was a $25 gift card from Garage Grown Gear, GGG, and I went there and I found this something that I probably wouldn't have bought if I had to fork over money out my pocket, even though I did win the $25 gift card, which was my money, but I did spend it on something that I wouldn't normally buy, and it was this toiletry bag. And pretty interesting bag. It says it's waterproof thing to keep your toilet paper and maybe deuce of spades, hand sanitizer, toothpaste, toothbrush, things like that. But it also says that it's dry-through technology. In other words, you can put a wet toothbrush in there and it will dry. Now, it's got a roll top and it's got a flat bottom. And it's, of course, it's designed in Colorado, made in China. Can't get away from that. But anyways, they got these little clasp here. It's a YKK clasp, whatever that means. I did check. I did have to take a magnifying glass, and it is stamped YKK. So that is something I plan to use just about every trip I go on. Also, this was part of the grand prize. This I'm not sure how they pronounce it. Eddie Udui. This is a sofa, air sofa, and I'll put a picture of it up here. But it's something that I'm not taking backpacking, but I have a old minivan that I removed the back seats, and my wife keeps threatening to go with me on a state park, overnight camping trip where something like this would be very useful. Also, she sent me a little surprise package that had many little things in it, like she had this coffee, this Starbucks via instant coffee. She also sent me two Trader Joe's coffee, and she sent me this is called Goo. I guess it's pronounced Goo, G-U, but it's I was coming out my campsite and there was one hill that always had to stop and take a rest, but I thought I'd give this Tri-Berry energy gel a try to see if it's like, I tell you what it is, it's honey. It's got some other things in it. It's called Tri-Berry, but it reminds me of mineral oil with honey. That's about the consistency of it. You tear the top off and just put it in your mouth just like that. I still had to stop and take a rest, but it's an interesting thing. And this is the only one I got left, so I thought I'd show that to you. She also sent some local Richmond, Virginia coffee in these little packets that I will try out in the future. So thank you, RVA. Both those girls' channels are worthy of taking and checking them out, and I'll put a link in the description to their channels. Coffee time. This was gifted to me by RVA Hiker Girl. It's the last one. It's this Via Instant Starbucks. And I'm gonna go ahead and make my coffee, and then I've got something very special to show you for breakfast. All right, here it is. It's called Bob's Red Mill Corn Grits, also known as polenta. Now this is being a southern boy, I've eaten grits, know all about them. But I know 37 years ago when I came back to the U.S. with my wife, one of the first things she learned to eat was grits. I guess it was a culture shock or something, but anyway, the Waffle House grits bowl seemed to be a staple for us at breakfast until I found this. Now for the last 2.5 weeks we've had this every morning. It's a very simple recipe. It's also gluten-free. Every time I see something that says gluten-free, I think Nicole hikes a lot. Her and her husband, when we was in the Smoky Mountains, she revealed that she had some digestional issues, and her husband and her husband was instrumental on her going to gluten-free foods and seemed to take care of her issue. So every time I see the word gluten-free, I think of Nicole. Now, her husband was instrumental in her going gluten-free, so I immediately christened him with his trail name as Doc. So hopefully he accepted it and still uses it. But anyway, it's a very simple formula. All you need is the grits and water. How simple can that be? The formula is 1 to 3. So if it's 1 cup of cornmeal, it's 3 cups of water. Very simple. If it's half of that, it's half. Today I brought a half a cup. This is a half a cup of cornmeal, and I'll use 1.5 cups of boiling water. You put it in boiling water with some salt, and 5 minutes later, it's done. Just that simple. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do now. Now, all I know is I will convert you to a grits eater if you try this particular one. Now, this is the only brand that I can recommend right now is this Bob's Red Mill Corn Grits. Now, I'll put a link in the description to Amazon sells it. And if you don't have access to Publix or Kroger's, they sell it at either of those places. There is a link, but anyway, I'll convert you if you'll try this bowl of grits. Now, it'll be 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon before I even feel like eating again. That's how good it is. Now, like I say, this is about 2.5 weeks. I've had it every morning. Now, my wife makes a little extra. She makes 1 cup, and the leftover she pours in a pan or a sauce pan, and it leaves it about as thick as a slice of bread. And when it cools, she covers it, puts it in the ice box, and guess what we do with that the next day? We cut it up in squares, have fried grits with honey. And there was a restaurant years ago, Bob Evans. I don't know if they're still around or not, but Bob Evans, they used to, that's where I was introduced to fried grits and honey. So, and that's really good too. It's like eating bread the second day. It's really nice. You need to try it. I'd like to know in my comments from time to time anybody that may try this recipe. It's pretty simple. Just the formula is 1 to 3. All you need is water. Now, I did use butter. I felt like I needed to put butter in it, and I also added the sausage and eggs. But anyway, I'll be good till 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon. So anyway, that's going to conclude this week's video, and maybe I'll see you next week. So thanks for watching.